Hey guys, today I'm going to go over the average housing cost in 2020 in all of South Dakota. Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Morrison. I am a local real estate agent here on the west side of South Dakota, the Black Hills, Rapid City area. And I do this YouTube channel for people that are looking at moving to South Dakota, move into the area to help them, get a better lay of the land, answer all their questions, that type of thing. So if you have any questions, if you're looking at moving out here, anything like that, call me, text me. Calling and texting is the easiest. You can email me as well. All my contact info is below in this video. All right, now that is out of the way. All right, so I'm going to go over the two areas that I have the most data on, which are Sioux Falls, the whole eastern part, that's Sioux Falls area. And then the western part, the Black Hills area, that's where I have the most data that I could pull that's the most accurate. So overall in 2020, guys, in the Black Hills, I have my notes here, that's why I'm looking down. In the Black Hills, all of the Black Hills, which is about an hour radius around Rapid City basically, which is all the areas that I work, about an hour around here, is the most accurate. I'm going to give you data because I have all the info in the MLS here, all that kind of stuff. So the average sale price was $288,830. Days on the market here in the Black Hills, 12 days on average, which is insane. That's basically nothing. And keep in mind that's days to go under contract, meaning someone got an offer accepted on them. Last year we were sitting around 50 days on the market, or 60 maybe. So that number is drastically lower. And here's the big kicker, guys. So 288,000 last year. It was around 250. So that's a price increase of 15.5% in just a 12-month period. So awesome for those of us here that own houses already. Awesome for those of you that moved at the beginning of the year. Some of you who have been waiting and been watching and thinking about moving here, and it's been about a year now, you'll probably have noticed how much housing prices have increased just by looking online and things like that. So my prediction with this, guys, people have been asking me, I think this will continue or become more crazy. I don't know about crazy is the right word. And it's not insane here. There's a lot of areas that are like, stuff selling for $100,000, $50,000 more than asking price. It's not really that way here. But houses will sell. If they're a nice house in a good neighborhood, priced right, they'll sell that day for sure, or within 2 days. So you gotta keep that in mind. I think this current trend of the 15, I think it'll be 15 to 20% this year, unless something crazy happens with interest rates, which if you read all the experts, they don't think it's going to happen. So if going based off of them, I don't think it's going to happen either. And so I think it will continue to be another 15 or 20% this year. So yeah, that's kind of what's happened on the western side of the state. And so Sioux Falls, kind of all of the Sioux Falls metropolitan area, there's a bunch of little cities in there like Brandon, things like that kind of mixed in there. Sioux Falls average sold price is $258,500, so a little bit lower than the Black Hills, and I think that's kind of contributed to there's a lot of those little small towns in there where houses are cheaper, which it's that way here too, but there's a lot more variance there, meaning like you can still find stuff in tiny towns around Sioux Falls for really cheap, and so I think it makes their average quite a bit lower. Their average days on the market, and this is another thing that I'm like, I don't even know how this is real, is 86. And I think that's, again, because it's pulling in all of those areas around it, and a lot of those areas are very rural, like farming type stuff, and the only people that live there would be like the farming type people. And those tend to sit on the market for a lot longer, and I think that's what brings their average days on the market up. Or that number's just wrong. I don't know, but that doesn't make sense to me because I know agents there, and they're about the same as we are. Stuff selling immediately and for quite a bit more as well. Their average price increase on that side of the state is 11.7% year over year. So again, kind of crazy, but I think actual Sioux Falls, if we were to take just Sioux Falls, it's closer to 15 or 20 as well for this year, and I think they will continue that trend also. For the next year. Now, there's a lot of other little towns that people ask me about, like, there's Watertown, Aberdeen, Pierre, which is our capital. Those towns, guys, is honestly really hard for me to pull data on, just because they're not as, they're a little behind in the technology sector, I guess you could say, and they don't publish a lot of stuff on their numbers and stuff, but I do know in all those areas as well, real estate has been booming as well. I don't know if it's as dramatic as it is here, but I would guess it's probably in the 5 to 10% appreciation range for the last 12 months. So with that being said, I do think this is going to continue, and I think those of you that have kind of been on the fence about it, or if you're planning on, hey, we want to move there in the next couple of years, if you have the ability to, it might not be a bad idea to buy a place now and rent it out, so you don't have to pay for that appreciation later. Instead, you just get it. You get the appreciation instead of paying for it. Or if you're on the fence, you're like, yeah, maybe I'll wait another year, 6 months. I would highly suggest thinking about it. If it's in the cards for you, I would make the move now, just because it's going to save you 15 or 20%. And on a $50,000, I wish a $50,000 house is here, but on a $500,000 house, that can be a dramatic number. You could be spending an extra $100,000 in 1 year on that exact house that would have been $500,000, now it's $600,000. So I'm personally following this philosophy. I was going to wait a couple of years to build a house for me and my family, and instead I'm doing it now. So I'm in the process of building one for us, because I know that in the next 2 years it's going to be $100,000, $200,000 more. So I'm going to get that appreciation rather than paying for it. So that's just my 2 cents on it, guys. Look, I'm in the western part, like I said, the Black Hills. If you got any questions, call me, text me is the best. You can email me, you can write me an old-fashioned letter. If you're going to Sioux Falls, I've had a lot of people reach out to me recently that are moving to Sioux Falls. I have a really, really awesome, great contact there, and I'd be happy to connect you with them and get you their info and that kind of thing. So if you got any questions, concerns, anything, please call me. Please text me. If I don't get back to you right away, I will get back to you. I do get quite a bit of you reaching out, and I really appreciate it. I love, love, love working with you guys. So thank you so much, guys, and I'll see you on the next video.